Have you ever wondered why you are the way you are? Have you ever wondered why you respond, why you act the way you act? Now, if you have, look no further because the answers to those questions lie in your childhood experiences. And in today's video, we're going to explore how those experiences have shaped your identity, and we'll also touch next on how you can go out of them. So, one of the ways your childhood has shaped your identity would be your core beliefs. So, your core beliefs are formed from your childhood. Beliefs about love, success, self worth are often shaped by the early interactions you have with your family and friends. So, if you're wondering why you are the way you are, chances that some of these beliefs that you have at the moment were gotten from those interactions. And then sometimes it might not even be us interacting with these people, but just because we are present in that environment when those interactions took place, we subconsciously picked those things from those interactions, especially we with elder siblings. But two would be emotional patterns are established early. So your current emotional pattern was actually established at your early age. There are people who are taught how to suppress their emotions and just keep it to yourself, especially the guy. That statement about you're a man, suck it up, especially when the child wants to cry. These are where it starts from. And then when the child grows up, you find out that person is not even free enough or bold enough to be vulnerable around people. Now, I had a friend that we saw had something happened, and coming from where I'm coming from, I would like to understand, what just happened, understand your thought process, why you reacted that way, so that we can address it and probably avoid it from happening next time. And then the person says, I don't want to talk about it. And I was wondering, and it says, I like to sweep it under the carpet. Now, the dangers around sweeping things under the carpet is this. It might be little breadcrumbs that you sweep under the carpet and it is not visible or noticeable at the moment. But as time goes on, the more you sweep those things under the carpet, you find out that without even lifting up the carpet, you can see the lumps already on the carpet. When you want to now lay it out, you're letting out things that happened so many years ago that should have been sorted out if you were able to talk about it or be vulnerable about, that moment. So it is a danger if you struggle with expressing, or if you practically suppress your emotions. So if you find yourself doing that, you know that particular aspect of you was gotten from your childhood. Number three would be your childhood trauma and your childhood joy. Both painful and joyful moments can set the tone for how you approach challenges and relationships as an adult. Do I need to throw more light about it? There are lots of examples that are going on in the world that we can actually use, as clear example to put things in perspective. So if you find yourself in doing those things, how to go out of this thing is to identify those things first of all. I believe that if you identify where the source is coming from, it sort of throws light. It brings so much light and it makes you aware of what you're going through. Then you can now sit down and start working on them. Now the thing and the beauty of identifying yourself or journey of self-identification is that nobody can go on this journey with you. You have to make out time and separate yourself from the noise of the world. That way you can now ask the questions that you're meant to ask. Why do I respond this way? Why am I the way I am? Why am I different from this? Why am I different from that? Why do I think this way? Why do I reason this way? Why am I easily ticked? Why do I easily react? It's a lot of questions that comes with identifying who you are, basically. Now, when you ask those questions and you write them down. You cannot start looking for materials and say, okay, since I'm like this, how can I act to not be this way? And when you're going on this journey, you have to be patient with yourself. Consistency in practicing will definitely bring a better, part of you or aspect of you. So your childhood doesn't define you, but understand that it can help you reshape your future. To close this video, imagine that you are an artist that does sculpturing. You have the tool that you use in removing the excess part of, let's assume you're using wood as an example. You're using the tool to remove the excess part of the wood so that you can get the shape that you want. Now, imagine that our parents are that artists and they were able to shape us to where we are today. Now, I believe that as an adult, that tool is being handed over to us to now remove the excesses that we wouldn't want from our lives. Now, life presents the time that you would do that before you get into the space where you begin to transfer knowledge to the next generation.